Hello, everyone, and welcome to the final episode of our Barcelona edition Have Blog Will Travel.
Yes, so today we saved the best for last. We're talking about all the food and drink in Barcelona, what to like, what not to like, what to avoid.
All the goodness that we encountered and the stuff we wish we will never see again.
Fingers crossed.
So, first and foremost, we would encourage everyone to try new things.
Yeah, for sure.
We're firm believers.
Yeah, you should always give something the old college try. It doesn't mean you're going to like it, but if you're in a new place, try it. And you don't have to finish it all. It's not like you're 6 years old and you have to clear your plate. But you should try it.
Absolutely. So, while we were away, we were lucky enough to try a variety of things. But we want to start with the things that we quickly learned we're going to avoid in the future and never have again.
Yes.
Unless maybe someone is like threatening our life.
Right. Or if you're, again, in a new place and they say, no, it's a little different. I'd give it a go one more time.
So we said last week that we were going to talk more about the market. I think that's a good place to start.
Yeah.
We love the market.
The market was awesome. Okay. So the market is open all day long.
Except for on Sundays.
Except for on Sundays. So we went in the morning, but none of us were really super hungry. But walking through the market, they have, like juices, freshly made juices. They have meat and cheeses,
fruits, nuts.
Anything you could think of, the market has.
Remember, Ashley and Tyler did not like the seafood section.
No, because it smelled like hot tuna. And that is never...
The tuna was on ice.
Oh, okay. Well, so I will be the first to admit that I am not a super adventurous eater, and I think Tyler is the same, whereas Jesse and Ed are a lot more adventurous. But anyway, so we went to the market, we saw some stuff, and Jesse and Ed were like, we have to go back and get... They were essentially a cone.
But the other thing you have to know about Ed and I, truthfully, is that we are the two in this foursome of a group that we go past things expiration dates. I can't speak.
That's accurate.
But like growing up, my dad would say, like just because the bread has mold on it or the cheese has mold on it doesn't mean it's really gone bad. Let's just pick those parts off or cut that part off.
Well, you and Ed have that in common.
And I think Ed's game for it too.
Yeah. Their go-to saying is waste not, want not, because Ed will eat things that have fur on them. And I'm like, they shouldn't have fur on them.
Tyler and I get into serious arguments.
Yeah.
Maybe some of our more serious arguments in our marriage have been over the fact that he's ready to throw out food that I feel like is perfectly good.
Yes, exactly. So having that in mind, we went to the market in the morning and said, we're going to come back. And they wanted to try this cone that was full of meat and cheeses. And
guys, we love meat and cheese.
Well, I'm all game for it. But we go there in the afternoon after it's been, 90 degrees.
And they don't, because it's an open market, they don't put things away. I mean, they're stationed there all day. People are coming and going constantly. So they're putting things out as things are selling, but it's not like if it was out...
They're not refrigerating anything.
8 o'clock this morning and no one's bought it, it's still out.
Yes. And so we go back mid-afternoon and Jesse and Ed decide they want to try the cone of meat and cheeses. And the cheese has dew all over it.
You know what? It was delicious.
Yep. And they were just tickled by it and wanted us to try it. And I'm looking at Tyler and we're both gagging internally. I may have walked away to take a few deep breaths. So, if I'm being honest, avoid the misty cheese, but maybe not, because Jesse and Ed felt fine with it.
We've been calling it the misty cheese because of the dew. Ed and I have come to the conclusion that when you leave cheese out... the oils, it separates. So, some of the oil gathers, that leads to the mist that we're referring to.
Also, flies that lay on it could lead to weird mist. I think that's called fly piss.
See, I just don't know. I mean, I don't know. It tasted great.
Yeah. So maybe don't avoid misty cheese. Just
If you're someone that has a hard time with the expiration dates on things and things like that, which no shame in that game. It's good that Tyler makes me throw things away. I probably need that a little bit in my life. But if you're someone like that, the Misty cheese is not for you. If, on the other hand, you cut mold off of cheese.
You have an iron stomach, eat the Misty cheese. So this one falls in both categories. Either try it, don't try it. We don't really care. However, the next one is one that...
It's a hard no for me, dog.
Oh my gosh. So when we went to one of the bars... Mino, yep. This girl recommended...
Absinthe.
Absinthe.
There was an actual bar, which we will link below in our post. And they are one of the only places there you can get absinthe. So she recommended it. I had no idea, truthfully. I've heard about it for years, and you talk about how it makes you hallucinate and this and that. I never once was told that it tastes like black licorice.
I honestly thought it was like illegal. So I thought we were doing some like real undercover business.
Only to have the waitress tell us, number one, you don't hallucinate with it anymore. It's not illegal.
This has been like filtered. It's legal. Oh, okay.
But we were still game.
So they actually, it was like a whole experience though, which was cool because they like light it on fire, or they light a sugar cube on fire on top of it. But if you like black licorice, maybe it's for you. I personally think black licorice is the devil.
Well, there's a reason I don't drink Jaeger.
Ugh. There's
I mean, Greta, if you're out there, I know you're listening. You would love it.
You would.
You drink it right down. I wish you had been there so that you could have had mine.
It was beautiful. It was a lovely green color.
And again, trying new things. It was a very cool experience, but one I don't need to do again.
No, one and done. Easily.
I had a hard time choking mine down. Everyone was being very encouraging at the table because it was like, you paid for this, so you're going to drink it.
Yeah. Waste not, want not, Jesse.
Waste, exactly. But it was hard. That one was really hard for me. That might have been the hardest. That might have been one of the hardest ones in all of Barcelona for me.
Mine
to
was
stomach.
Misty cheese, but yes. That's great. I still get chills thinking about it.
All right. So, Misty cheese, absinthe. Also, we went on a trek the day we went to go to Park Güell, which, remember, the tickets were sold out. Afterwards, because we had been on such a hike all morning, afternoon,
famished,
we needed to stop in and get some tapas. We needed to get a drink. So we stopped into this random restaurant, which sometimes is it's a real hit or miss. And we got maybe the world's most disgusting tapas we've ever had. It was like a plate full. It was a variety plate.
Yeah, we got, I think, the sampler tapas platter, which we were very excited about because we didn't know what we were getting. If I could describe what we got.
Well, we're currently looking at a photo of it.
Oh, it is giving me chills, and not in a good way.
We'll put a picture for you all to see.
It looks a lot like a male body part.
Well, they're private parts. It looks just like it's private parts.
Yes.
Parts.
Yes. And
a deviled egg. That was probably the best thing on that plate.
Yeah, and there was only one between the four of us, so that was a real buzzkill.
There was a pile of black
what
goop,
looked like cow dung.
Black goop with sesame seeds on top, and inside, Ed is he's probably the bravest of the group when it comes to food. So Ed cut right into it. I was like not even about to touch that one. It was too much for me. And we think there were black beans inside of it.
Could have been. Honestly, it was a real toss-up. There was some other fried stuff that was mushy and gooey. Just if you look at the picture, the only thing that's going to catch your eye is the...
A picture's worth 1,000 words, and every single one of those 1,000 words for this picture are all bad.
Yeah, they're all
expletives.
Yes. Oh,
not good.
No.
So that was a real miss for everyone.
At that place, which we hadn't even talked about, Jesse ordered a vodka tonic, correct? Vodka soda. And instead of bringing her vodka, they just brought her an entire thing of soda water. So it was so weird. I mean...
Well, because once we realized... Because he first brought the glass with the ice and then a bottle of soda water. And so then we tried... This was one of those places we were off the beaten path, and truly we should have known more Spanish, but we didn't. And so trying to convey that we wanted vodka with the soda, He nodded yes.
And then filled it up halfway with what we think was
We thought it was vodka.
tap water now.
I don't know, but everyone else in the group had alcohol, and I just got refreshed with soda water.
Yeah, I mean, it probably was good after our hike, so
I probably
thank you.
Thank you for that mishap.
For real.
So one evening while we were there, we decided we were going to really push the limit on time. We were going to stay up late and try to go to some nightclubs, and we had a fantastic time.
Yes.
But one of the things we found walking around in Barcelona was that there are kind of like scouts.
Yeah, like
that,
club promoters.
Yeah, and I've never encountered that.
I don't think I have either.
But they were basically trying to entice you to come to their club with these cheap tickets. And so essentially, I guess for example, one guy offered us for $10 a person, you got into this club and they gave you 2 shots of your choice, but it's like off of their own like little list, right?
Ooh, yeah. And so is that the one we took up their offer? So we went, and the club was fun. Like, they were playing some great music. I think Ed or I don't know who went and got the shots, because we were like, if we got these tickets, we should definitely use them.
Yeah.
So they did, and they brought them back to the table, and they were the worst thing I've ever.
Again, another thing that Ashley and Tyler have in common, things need to be the right temperature.
Honestly, now that we've been really talking it out, I realize I'm kind of picky.
Well, I think you and Tyler are the boy and girl version of one another, probably in a lot of ways. But the shots were warm.
Oh my god.
They weren't meant to be warm, but they certainly didn't try to pour them over ice or anything.
No, that's what $10 will get you.
I mean, you can't beat it. It was a steal of a deal.
So try to avoid nightclubs with warm shots.
Tyler almost projectile vomited next to us.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
it was one of those
did the two of you
just
actually give your second shot away?
Yeah, I gave it to the girl next to me, and they were tickled. So maybe it wasn't that bad.
Ed and I took them. I do think they tasted like cough syrup.
Oh, they did. Tasted like you were taking NyQuil right to the dome.
Gross.
Oh, but really, that was the extent of like the unfortunate experiences that we had with food and drinks. Otherwise, I feel like the food and the drinks in Barcelona were phenomenal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so much so that like the tapas or the pinchos, which are what we talked about before, we love the concept so much that we're actually throwing a tapas party.
Yeah, coming up, because we are trying so hard to recreate what we had because we miss it.
Yes.
It was so good. The other thing that was really awesome about Barcelona, I have not ever considered myself to be someone who is really into wine. And then several months ago, I started drinking white wine. Ashley drinks...
You're welcome.
She drinks a variety of the colors.
and often.
And so I was trying to jump on board. So white was about as far as I could get. And then when we were in Barcelona, wine was as cheap as water.
Yeah.
Basically. So
sometimes cheaper.
So why not? But because we would buy a bottle, and Ed and Ashley and I would drink it, we would go for red because, I mean, I'll drink whatever everyone's got. But I think I developed a taste for red wine.
I think you did too. You really acquired it.
On our last night, we were sitting at a table and I went, wait, have I learned to like red wine?
It was one of my proudest friend moments, I feel like, to date.
Oh, it was awesome.
I love it.
We're actually drinking red wine right now.
We are. Why not?
Oh.
Also, the cool thing about Barcelona is that we split everything. Like, not a single place that we went did anyone get, like, their own separate meal.
Entrees were, like, not really a thing.
Mm-mm. So, yeah, it's like the whole tapas feel or pinchos, and we would just split a bunch of stuff and go along our merry way, which was so fun.
I personally loved that toast with mayonnaise was considered something that you could eat at any time of the day.
You guys, if you don't like mayonnaise, something's wrong with you.
They tried to fancy it up and call it like toast
aioli.
with aioli, but really, we all know.
Yeah, it's essentially toast with flavored mayonnaise.
Mm-hmm.
And we got that at multiple places.
And also the bravas, how do you say it?
Patatas.
Ashley is so good at Spanish.
I mean, it's a gift.
But those were good.
Yes, and they would give you aioli to dip your patatas in as well, which Ugh,
I can never get enough aioli
me
/
either.
mayonnaise.
Just pour it in a bowl and I'll just eat it with a spoon.
Oh, and then your favorite.
Oh my gosh. The way to my heart is pizza, always. And we went to, I think it was like the highest rated
It was
place.
#1 on TripAdvisor.
Yeah, in Barcelona, called
Dainani.
Dainani.
I think that's how you say it.
Oh my gosh, you guys, we got 4 pizzas. We let like the maker, which the person that makes the pizza, they do it right in front of you. Like they're like
Fresh.
throwing the dough up. It's in like a wood fire oven. It was so cool. And we got 4 different kinds, and I'm still having dreams about that pizza.
We follow them on Instagram now.
Yes.
Because why would I not want to be reminded of how great it was?
Mm-hmm.
It was fantastic. Also, something that we were recreating at our tapas party. One of our
You are in
absolute
for a treat, people.
one of our absolute favorites. We were on our way to the Arc de Triomphe. I think that's how you say it. I'm not exactly sure. Don't quote me on it. But we had to stop for a restroom break, and you and I were just like, perusing, and we found it was a hot dog with French fries wrapped in like a croissant type roll.
Oh, yes.
And inside it had mayonnaise and ketchup.
Okay.
Anyone that knows us knows we
Let
love
me
hot
just
dogs.
stop you there. Is that all of the best foods wrapped into one delicious?
If they could have wrapped pizza around it, it would have
Oh
been
my
game
gosh,
changer.
next level. But honestly, this, like, we got it kind of on a whim. We weren't even hungry. I think we had eaten. But I was like, Jesse, this is all of our favorite things. We have to get it.
It was one of those things you don't pass up.
No.
Like, when are we going to see it again?
It's a once in a lifetime opportunity.
A hot dog with French fries and mayonnaise and ketchup? When am I going to get that again?
Honestly, shut up and take my money. We'll take
Well,
2.
It honestly, it made me think, what is America doing wrong that we're not selling this in
Exactly.
most bakeries?
Bakeries, baseball games,
It seems genius.
movie theaters.
I would eat it everywhere I went.
I will too.
Because it was handheld. It was perfect.
Yep.
Carry it while you go, because the mayonnaise and mustard were already
You
there.
didn't need to dip anything.
God, it was so good. I'm still
My
thinking
mouth
about
is
it.
watering. Yum, yum. And another thing that we went to and we loved. So I've never actually had churros before
me
here.
either.
I know they have them like Costco, but I don't think they're like authentic churros.
Well, we'll have to test them out and
yeah,
see now.
we will. We'll give it the old try. But so we went to this, like, we had said we wanted to try churros there.
Well, someone had told us you have
Mm-hmm.
to try the churros, and they call it drinking chocolate.
chocolate.
It's not really
Ooh.
like hot chocolate. It's called
No,
drinking chocolate.
But it's thick. I don't think you could ever drink that.
I can't imagine
Oh my
actually
gosh.
drinking a cup of it.
No. So we went to this really cute little place. We, and they essentially just brought you, we got like some cafe con leche and some churros and drinking chocolate. And we just split it
Yeah.
all. Oh,
That was a dream come true.
it really was. Ed at the end
I
was
was-
just eating the drinking chocolate with a spoon.
I was gonna say Ashley got so mad at
Oh,
Ed because there was
gross.
still drinking chocolate, and she's like, "Ed, leave it."
No, we can leave things sometimes.
But
But,
no, why would
waste,
you- when are
waste
you gonna
not,
get-
what not.
Who's gonna make him thick drinking chocolate soon?
I'll tell you who's not me.
Exactly. I'd eaten it with a spoon too. Didn't know he was gonna get it again.
Oh, it's so true.
Oh, and then the other thing, which sounds kind of backwards,
Yeah.
kind of like us going to an Irish pub in Barcelona, was
We're
that
about that.
we also hit up Greek food
Yes.
in Barcelona. But that was actually, Tyler had seen a quick Greek restaurant and wanted to try it. But then we went into the bar, was it Nevermind, and the bartender, when we said,
Yeah.
where do you recommend for us to go to dinner tonight? He actually recommended this Greek place
Mm-hmm.
that Tyler had also seen.
yeah.
So we went.
Yeah.
So we had Greek twice.
It was so good though.
Because the first time it was a sit-down restaurant. The other time it was more like fast food.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was throwing back to when we went to Greece
Oh.
5 years ago.
We're still dreaming about this tzatziki
Yes.
sauce that we
I've
had
tried
in
to
Greece.
recreate it
We cannot.
1,000 times.
It's because our Greek yogurt is not the same.
no, our Greek yogurt's garbage.
It is, truly. God, get with it, Faye. Or at least give us the Faye that's over there.
Exactly.
But, so we had to try it out, and I wouldn't say it was the exact same, but it was so much closer than
It
what we
was.
have here. It was so good.
Yes. And I didn't think I liked Euro meat, but I do.
Oh, give me that lamb all day.
It's a story for another time.
Yeah.
But,
oh my
and
gosh.
then finally, this feels also kind of embarrassing that we did it. But
It was after a late
when
night.
we're out and about and you're hungry and it's 2:30, 3 a.m.,
Let's be honest.
Where do you go?
No one needs to go to bed with just alcohol in their system.
Where do you
That's
guys
not
go?
Safe.
I know what you're saying right now. Fast food. Ashley, fast food.
And where are you gonna go? Oh, I know.
Don's house. McDonald's.
Oh.
Okay. Barcelona has it figured out. Again, America, we need you to get with it. Because we all like chicken nuggets. Who doesn't like chicken nuggets?
Exactly.
5-year-olds like chicken nuggets. 30-year-olds like chicken nuggets.
Anytime Tyler and I go to McDonald's, we get our order plus a 10-piece of nugs.
Yeah. Well, it's 'cause they're bomb.
That's like an appetizer.
It's just a light snack. And in Barcelona, they have what we called a bucket of nugs.
Well, it's because it's actually a bucket. And you can go upwards
Full
of
of
like 40 nugs.
Yes. Yeah.
But we did like 25.
Mm-hmm.
We did it once on our beach day and once the night before we went home.
Well, and they're what? $4.99 or something ridiculous?
It's absurd. And
the nuggets were phenomenal.
oh my gosh, they're so good. We're not going to post a picture of this because, well, we're not trying to get ourselves in trouble, but we had been out and the guys were so courteous to go and they left us to relax in the room and they went out for Don's house for us. So they come home and it's like, I don't know, it felt like a Thanksgiving feast.
It did. We put it on the ironing board. We laid it all out. We all had a sandwich and a bucket of nugs in the middle to split.
So many fries.
Oh, what a beautiful gift.
Also, so right now, if you go to McDonald's, side note, because I got it the other day, in Spain, I think it's called the Mick Extreme or something. It's got like Gouda cheese and I don't know. It's you know how McDonald's has different stuff in different countries. This is one of Spain's burgers. It's so good, but they actually have it at our McDonald's right now because they're doing like a around the world type of thing.
That sounds
Go get it.
So good.
Because I had it when I was in Barcelona and I had it here and it's still delicious.
And then ask for a bucket of nugs and see what they tell you.
Yeah. And don't try to come back at us with, well, you can get 20 nuggets at McDonald's
No, not in a bucket shape. Felt so much more
Does it
special.
come in a square box? Because I don't want that.
No, it's true. I mean, honestly, the food and the drinks were one of my favorite parts.
Absolutely.
And when we first scheduled Barcelona, I was a little afraid because we were going to an all-inclusive, which we've talked about a lot. And then we canceled that trip and decided to do this. So I was like, the thing about all-inclusives is like you get a lot of...
Bang for your buck.
Yeah, a lot of drinks, food. And we did not go hungry, nor were we ever thirsty. So
And we didn't break the bank. Truly,
Not
you
at
can
all.
eat and drink very cheaply.
Yes. And I think we need to do that more often, like split things. And I feel like we've done better since we've gotten back about splitting things because, you know, especially if you're having a drink with your dinner, you're probably not going to be as hungry.
It's more fun to have everyone else touch your food, too.
All hands involved. Yep.
Oh, I'm kind of sad that this is the last
I know.
podcast about Barcelona.
You know what that means? We have to go somewhere else.
Ooh, we do have another trip planned coming up soon.
Yes.
We're going to head back to my home state of Arkansas.
The natural state.
The old natural state.
Yep.
We're going to do a float trip and maybe some lake time with Jerry and Greta.
It's going to be amazing. I cannot wait.
Not as big as Barcelona, but probably equally as fun.
And maybe a little more relaxing because we won't be hopping around a bunch of different places probably. Or maybe we will. I don't know.
Who knows? We don't know.
Wherever the natural
We don't
state
know.
takes us.
But I think, we hope that you have enjoyed this series on
Yeah.
Barcelona.
We've enjoyed it. And
We're
I
gonna-
hope you go choose to visit there.
Yeah,
After
please
this.
go. And if you've been, tell us where you went because we want, we want to relate. We want to chit chat about it.
Talk about our favorite places, and it's always fun to hear what other people did.
I think it's fair to say that today's episode was brought to you by Don's House.
Spain burger.
Bucket of nugs. Get you some.
Dun, 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 dun.
I'm loving it.
Thanks for tuning in, guys, and we'll catch you next time.
Peace.